Hello there, everybody, and today we're going to be working with vertex form, standard form, and the factor form of a quadratic equation. So these are the three main forms or on how quadratic equations can be written. So looking at the equation here, which is in vertex form, we have x squared or x plus 5 squared minus 4. So what you guys will do is you're going to go to your calculator and open a new document, add graphs. We're going to graph it. And as soon as you graph it, you're going to press menu 501, okay, to find for the minimum point. And in this case, our minimum point is -5, comma, -4. Okay, -5, comma, -4. Now let us set up our table of values for x and y, making sure that our minimum point, the -5, -4, is in the exact middle of the table. Okay, so from here, we're going to need 2 points above and 2 points below. We're going to have -6, -7, then -4, -3. Now let's complete the table of values. For you, most of you guys just click Control T in the calculator. Okay. Make sure that you put the -5, -4 in the middle. When x is -4, okay, so we're gonna replace that x by -4. We're gonna end up with 1. 1 minus 4 is -3. When x is -3 plus 5 is 2, square is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So now, since I know -3, 0 goes on the right side, then that should be the same thing on the left side, -3, 0. Once your table of values is complete, we're going to plot the points here in the grid. Okay, and then we will see how the parabola looks like. So we start with -7, 0. So from the origin, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the x-axis and 0. So you stay in that axis. -6, -3. So 6 to the left and 3 down. -5, -4. So 5 to the left and 4 down. -4, -3. So you go 4 to the left and go 3 down. Then the -3, 0. So boom. So pretty much it mirrors the other point on the other side of the axis of symmetry. Connecting all the points, you should see how your parabola looks like. It's a parabola, opens upward. Okay, now how do we write or express, let's say, a vertex form of a quadratic equation, which is y equals x plus 5 squared minus 4 into the next form of quadratic equation, which is the standard form. Okay, remember that the standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, now that I know that there is parentheses squared in the vertex form, I know that I'm going to need to use the box method. Okay, so x plus 5 squared means to multiply x plus 5 twice by itself, or 2 times by itself. Now let's complete the table. X times x makes x squared. 5 times x is positive 5x. X times 5 is positive 5x. And 5 times 5 is 25. So now, work on your diagonals. With the diagonals, our equation ends up to be y equals x squared, 5x plus 5x is 10x plus 25. But remember that there's a minus 4 over here. in the vertex form. So let's put minus 4 in our standard form, then simplify. Y equals x squared plus 10x, 25 minus 4 is positive 21. And presto, here is your equation in standard form. Y equals x squared plus 10x plus 21. Now that we have two forms of quadratic equation here, the first one is the what we saw called vertex form. The second is the standard form. If you guys sketch the graph of these functions or equivalent expressions in the graphing calculator, okay, you should have two equation labeled and just one graph because the graph is on top of each other. Okay, the last one being the factored form. Okay, how do we write the equation from standard form? I think this is the easiest one. From standard form, y equals x squared plus 10x plus 21 into factor form. Okay, if we did use box method in the previous form of quadratic equation, we will use same thing, box method. Okay, I want you guys to remember this. We did this kind of long time ago. Well, not so long. Okay, so now this x squared goes in the first box and the 21 goes over here. Okay, now we're going to multiply 21 times x squared is 21x squared. We're going to look for factors of 21. Two numbers when you multiply is 21, but when you add, gives you 10x. And that is 3x and 7x. 3x times 7x is 21x squared. 3x plus 7x is 10x. So I'm going to put 3x on the top, 7x on the bottom. And it doesn't matter where you put those. Actually, we can switch the position. Okay? Now let's look for common factor on the columns. X squared and 7x. The common factor is x. 3x and 21. The common factor is positive 3. Now the rows. X squared and 3x. Common factor is x. 7x and 21. Common factor is positive 7. So now your equation in factored form is y equals parentheses x plus 3 parentheses x plus 7. Now we have the equations in different forms. The first one being the vertex form, the second, the standard form, the third, the factored form. Again, that is y equals parentheses x plus 3 times parentheses x plus 7. And we know that these three equations are said to be equivalent. Okay? Equivalent functions or equivalent expressions. And when we say they're equivalent expressions, the graphs must be the same. So go ahead and type those three forms of quadratic equations and see if the graphs are the same. If the graphs are not the same, then that means we did something wrong. Your graph should end up to be like this. Okay, it may not be exactly the same as this because this is kind of hard to graph by hand, but with the calculator it is more precise and exact. Okay, now use the pattern that you see in working on problem number 4 to work on problem number 5 and number 6. Okay, for these two problems, you can work with the person sitting next to you and have fun and good luck. Again, this is Mr. Gloria saying goodbye for now.